that I just wanted to shout out. I wanted to shout out Caitlin Clark.
Oh.
Because I talked about this on First Take yesterday, but I want to address it on this show too. Her decision to not participate in the NBA stunt casting 3-point contest. We saw it last year with Steph
Uh-huh.
Curry and Sabrina Ionescu. Apparently, she was asked to do it this year. It was very well received. In fact, the ratings on Saturday night for NBA All-Star last year peaked at the 3-point contest because
Hmm.
there was so much intrigue, and it delivered. It was fantastic. So, of course, the NBA wants to do it again, and they wanted Caitlin. And in Caitlin said that when I participate in my first 3-point contest, it's going to be for the W. And she politely declined. And I love this move. I love this move because Caitlin Clark knows that she moves the needle. And she also knows that her name is not out and brand is not out for loan. And I love the cachet and power that women now have, specifically women like a Caitlin Clark. She's still, a one of one, right? In many ways. Not everyone has the power, cachet, or clout to
Hmm.
say no, thank you. But she did. And she wants to do it to improve her own league. She wants to do it to improve the W, a space she grew up loving and helping and wanting to help grow and develop. And so I think it's great that she's like, my name is not out on loan for you. And maybe I'll do it. But the first time, I'm going to make sure that when people see me participate at a 3-point contest for the first time, it's going to be in a space that's going to help my league. And I love that because that is going to be a ratings bonanza. She did not participate in 3-point contest last year. Alicia Gray won that, but also you can understand why. Girl was tired. Put on a great performance in the actual All-Star game when it was the Olympians versus the WNBA All-Stars. It was such a great game, so fun. I mean, ultimately, the W ended up pulling away, but I just love this so much, and I hope that it is empowering. I hope that it is so for so long, Gary, like in order to be mainstream or to be a big name, you had to have validation or earn your legitimacy by appearing on male things, right? Like,
Sure.
oh, we've talked about this. Diana Taurasi, I like her because she plays like Kobe. Or there always had to be some sort of like male equivalency. And in years past, maybe the top W player does go do this simply because they want to bring attention to the W and what they do. But Caitlin's like, nah, I'm doing this just for the W. We'll see if she participates this year. Of course, the All-Star game, Indiana Fever are hosting it. It's in Indiana. And I just love that she has the like foresight and the ability to say, like, no thanks. You don't need my ratings, right? Like, you
Sure.
don't need that, but you'll take them. I'm
Correct.
sure you'd love them, but I'm going to go help make my space bigger and better. And undoubtedly, it's going to be the most highly viewed 3-point contest of all time for the W when inevitably she participates in it. So shout out to Caitlin. Good on you. Way to go. And I hope this really is empowering for women who continue to get more cachet to
Hmm.
understand that they can like use it in their own spaces to help. Because when I watched that contest last year, Gary, the first thing that me and some of our basketball friends that are in group chats were saying to each other was like, this was awesome. Now, Steph, go return the favor and go do the same thing in the WNBA All
Yeah.
Star.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't need Steph to come to the WNBA. That's it. We don't need Steph to come over here to the WNBA. There's no point. Like Caitlin Clark said, and like Elle said, I'm actually surprised Elle is giving this much credit to Caitlin Clark. And let me tell you before we get into the whole situation, I don't know if you guys have been watching or things like that, but ESPN media team members have been talking about Caitlyn a whole lot differently lately. And let me tell you what happens. And let me tell you what happened. And let me kind of explain why that is. So, we just finished a whole year, right? So, we're in the media business. We get our reports, we see our analytics, we get to see where we're converting, who's, you know what I'm saying, whose numbers are what. So, you get the TNT, you get all the mainstream media, right? You get all the numbers, right? It's to the T. So if I'm Adam Silver, I get these numbers, or my media team or whatever managers, whatever, they get these numbers. It's going to show top athletes or top talked about person or whatever. There's going to be a list of 10. You're going to get the LeBron James. You're going to have the Steph Curry, Luka, for basketball players I'm talking about, right? NBA, WNBA. Okay. We're talking about that only right now, right? So usually it goes 10 NBA players, right? No, no, no. This year it goes Caitlin Clark, LeBron James, and then the list goes from there. So when Adam Silver sees that, right? Adam Silver's like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to meet Caitlin Clark. You saw what happened when Caitlin Clark was at that game. What do you think Adam Silver is trying to do? They're trying to convert. So Caitlin Clark being smart, I'm good. Let's build this over here at the W. I'm gonna compete against the girls. Cause what if I go compete against the men in the NBA, what does that do for me? Although I'm gonna get paid, no problem. But I already am the needle, like Elle said. I don't need to go hype myself up over there. I don't need your fans are already converted over here. Your fans are already my fans. What do I have to win going to do a 3-point shooting contest with a man? In fact, I might even go beat some of you guys and embarrass you. Let me stay in my lane. So, I'm telling you now, as far as Elle and all these Aguma Way, all these girls, talking highly of Caitlin Clark, that's because somebody had a talk with them. You hear everybody saying the same thing now. Stephen A., all these dudes. Yeah, Caitlin Clark is that needle. Yeah, I wonder why. Because every report you see, every view you see, every analytic you see, she runs that shit. Numbers don't lie. She runs that. You guys talking about all the other girls in the new league right now, peaking at 300,000. Now they're averaging about 150,000 viewership versus Caitlin Clark banging millions. Boom, 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 pop, 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 pop. Who do you think they need to talk about and want to talk about? And now they have to literally watch what they say because it is a demand. You understand? Adam Silver is nervous. After LeBron and Curry and Westbrook and the GOATs and James Harden, they got 3-4 Chris Pauls. There's 3 more years. They have nobody on the level of Caitlin Clark. So Adam Silver is worried that the W might go ahead and could take over the NBA the way the NBA viewership and ratings and rankings are going right now and all the rules that Adam Silver and everybody else is trying to make up over there. Get what I'm saying? So when it comes to Caitlin Clark, as far as what she did, I love that. I don't think it's going to be this year. We don't know if it's going to be this year, but whenever she decides to do a 3-point shooting contest, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think she's thinking about that. She's in the gym with her trainer locked in. They're building not super team, but they're building a squad over in Indy right now. She's locked in. You're going to get Caitlin Clark 2.0. I really hope you guys understand that. You're getting Caitlin Clark 2.0. Well rested, in the gym, locked in, working lateral, working this, working that. I'm like, oh my goodness. You add those pieces that we're going to talk about on a different video. Oh, man. Let's just finish this video, but we got a lot to talk about. I know you guys haven't seen me on this channel for a while. And like I said on my other video, hey, make sure you guys check out Game Day Uncut. I'll leave the link down below. There's plenty of videos over there.
And like Steph is such a huge supporter of the W. I'm not knocking how supportive the NBA players are, but you can also show up for us in our respective spaces as well and help that too. So I'm hoping at some point they'll want to return the favor. But Chiney Ogwumike brought up a great point too, Gary. Like when it comes to the NBA, just because Caitlin Clark said no does not mean you should not go highlight another amazing player who can shoot the lights out of the gym and put them on that platform. It doesn't have to be specific to Caitlin's. Once she declined, understand why you want her. That if Sabrina wants to do it again, it was freaking awesome. Run it back. We love a rematch. But like, don't just forego the whole idea if Sab or Caitlin doesn't want to do it. Like, let some.
And that it just shows you, Adam Silver wants the big dog. He wants Caitlin Clark. He's not looking at whoever she just named. Sabrina Ionescu would be the next biggest thing, probably as far as names, for sure. Her games peaked the highest for Unrivaled right now. Sabrina Ionescu's games peaked the highest for Unrivaled right now. Well, her and I think the Lunar Owls or something like that. Right? So this is a NBA situation. This is not a WNBA problem. This is an NBA problem. Yeah, another girl could go over there and represent from the WNBA. That's fine. But again, besides the money, what else are you gaining? Unless you're Caitlin Clark, the men's side, I guys, you got to understand. when we talk about this, we look at comments, we see Instagram, Twitter, we see everything, YouTube comments, everything. Nobody gives a damn if it's not about Caitlin Clark for the most part, or injuries. Or maybe Asia Wilson. Or Sabrina. Or Kelsey Plum. Yeah. And then you got the college. Juju, da-da-da-da-da. Kate Martins, Lexi Halls, things like that. Anybody who really plays with Caitlin Clark. Like anybody. Or Kenny Carter. Anybody who plays with injuries. Like, nobody else talk about that. So, it's an NBA problem. It's an NBA problem. I like the decision ultimately. I like what's going on in the WNBA. Like I said, we got a lot to talk about. I'm not going to hold you guys too long. But, man, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'll be back with some more content. I'm out of here.